being gone is I can watch the game all day long. And I can stretch my legs out in the bed, extra pillow underneath my head. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. I got a lot more room for my stuff, and I only have to wash one cup. I can stay up late and play my guitar, and the groceries go twice as far. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. Your girlfriends ain't ringing the phone off the wall. I never have to hear from that mother-in-law. Ain't cut the grass since the middle of June. I smoke a big cigar up in my living room. Don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. Dirty clothes right on the floor. Let the trash pile up right by the door. Eat pizza and ice cream 3 times a day, 'cause I ain't worried about watching my weight. I don't know why nobody ever told me about the upside of lonely. Yeah, man, just think about all the good things about you being gone. Stretch out here at home. Hey, man, come on in. Don't mind the muddy shoes on the white carpet. She ain't here. You hungry? Hey, man, I got some food if you want to eat. I got a microwave oven with little pictures on the front of it. Just pick what you want to eat and push the button, and it will cook it for you. Yeah, man, you can smoke that cigar up here in the kitchen. Just use that vase over there. Need something to drink? We got beer, bourbon, whiskey, scotch, Diet Coke, Fanta. Yeah, man, I bet you've been on the road for a minute. Bathroom's right down the hall. Switches on the left, doors on the right. Just remember to leave the lid up. Leave it up. Hey, everybody, welcome to Facebook Live on Wednesday night. Fly me to the moon, let me sway among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. 'Cause you are all I long for, all I worship and I adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Among the stars, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Why don't you fill my heart with song? Let me sing forevermore, because you are all I long for, all I worship and I adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, in other words, in other words, baby, I love you. Welcome everybody. That was a little bit of Fly Me to the Moon. Actually, there's some interesting history to that tune. The real name of that song is called In Other Words, but of course we all refer to it as Fly Me to the Moon. I also saw a great little note there from my brother from another mother, Teddy Hall, and he mentioned about Sinatra at the Sands. And yesterday was a great Tony Bennett's birthday, and you're probably wondering how I'm going to tie all this in together. But there's a part at the beginning of the Sands record where a bass is comping on the piano, and Frank does a little background talking. And as he finishes with the background talking, he says, "We're going to do this tune in the right tempo." They start off, "Fly me to the moon, let me sway." So for Frank, that was the right tempo. But here's the backstory. What that really was all about was at the same time, Tony Bennett had released a copy of the same tune. In other words, Fly Me to the Moon. Tony did it with a smaller rhythm section and a string ensemble behind it, so it was much more symphonic. And Tony's was more like this. Fly me to the moon and let me swing among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. So it's a very pretty ballad. Frank didn't like it as a ballad. Frank liked it as a swing tune, and that's why he said, we're going to do it in the right tempo. Anyway, some useless trivia for you all out there, but I thought I'd just let you in on what little useless trivia I have to offer these days. Anyway, welcome again. We have all sorts of things going on tonight, but first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to all our pals all over the country. We're excited. We're really getting a lot of folks from all over the place watching, but of course, we have a few favorites up in Seattle with the Churchill Room and the Vertigo Club. And I guess Mr. Shimazaki's got his own private club going these days too, so thank you, Mike. In fact, we had one of your wonderful Davidoffs the other day. We thank you. We salute you, sir. Today's bird, or what did we decide to call this? The rolled leaf, is called an atabe. Atabe. Yes, and this particular one is the Idolos. Idolos? I don't know. But it is an atabe, and it is a phenomenal cigar. And I smoked half of it already. And we're going to smoke the other half a little bit later on tonight. You betcha. Also, big shout out to the Mirage Cigar Club and, of course, PDT. And what else we got to talk about here? Make sure you guys, two things today. First and foremost, make sure you go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. We're trying to get our subscriberships up. All you got to do is show up, click subscribe, and you'll be part of the tribe here. So subscribe to the tribe, I guess is the best way to put it. And also, we have our PayPal. We don't ever expect any sort of help financially, but it's always appreciated. And it is paypal.me at Brian Nova Music. And we got all kinds of people chiming in here. Greg Field, holy moly, Greg, 3 G's, no S. Good to see you, buddy. In fact, while we got Greg on the line here, or at least tuned in, why don't we show our cover to the Apollo, Live at the Apollo record? That is for sale right now. Go check it out. It is a wonderful record with Liz Wright, Lettucey, Monica Mancini, Cassandra Wilson, Patty Austin, David Allen Greer. Who knew that guy could sing the way he sings? Well, I do now. He is an amazing, amazing singer, and so check it out. And of course, my man Leo Vigil. Good to see you, Leo. Glad Laguna is able to join us today. And I think that's all the real trivial news I have for you right now. So let me do another song here for you because kind of in a Sinatra mood. More of a Cole Porter mood, probably more than anything. One of the reasons I love Cole Porter so much is that he writes on a much different scale than most others. Most composers of the Great American Songbook would have sort of an AABA, or like a verse, a chorus, a verse, or some semblance of that, and usually in a 32-bar format, where Cole Porter, many of the songs he wrote were sort of like an A, B, C, D, maybe an E if you were lucky, or unlucky, depending on how well you knew the song. And here's one of my favorites that Frank made famous, probably for the third time, but maybe the most poignant. I've got you under my skin. I have got you deep deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I have tried not to give in. Well, I said to myself, this affair, it never should go so well. But why should I try to resist when, honey, I know so well? 'Cause I've got you under my skin. I would sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near. In spite of the warning voice comes in the night, it repeats, it yells in my ear. Don't you know, you fool, there's no chance to win. Use your mentality, a step up to reality. And each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you, you're under my skin. I would sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near. In spite of a warning voice comes in the night, it repeats, it yells in my ear. Don't you know, you fool, there's no chance to win. Use your mentality, step up to reality. And each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop just before I begin. 'Cause I've got you, you're under my skin. Yeah, you grab me, you're up under my skin. I need a dermatologist, 'cause you're under my skin. Little Cole Porter there for you. Anyway, folks, I'd like to get moving on the show here because we've got some great guests, and coming up right now is one of my dearest pals and an absolute virtuoso on violin and harp. And I mean, and he plays amazing bass, he plays great piano. He just, there's not much he can't do. CARLOS REYES is a recording artist, producer, engineer, harpist, violinist, and he's been breaking musical barriers since he first came out on the scene many, many years ago. I could go on, but I can tell you, he's played with just about everybody in the business, from the Crusaders to Charlie Daniels, Winona Judd. In the country world, he's played with Clint Black, Willie Nelson. In the jazz world, he's played with the Crusaders, Rippingtons, John Handy. In the rock world, he's played with the Doobie Brothers and rock and roll legend Steve Miller, who hasn't. And but he is here with us tonight, and I can't wait to have you hear him and
and hear some of the music, and especially some of the great stories he has. So let me put my guitar down and put my headphones on so I can hear him. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome Carlos Reyes. You there, brother?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Wonderful,
right.
man. How are you?
Great. How you guys doing?
Oh, man, we're great. We're great. Better now that you're here.
Hey, man. Strange times we're going through. Imagine us doing this.
Oh, I'm telling you, I know. I know. It's not exactly what I had planned for 2020, but, we'll take what we can get, right?
It's a year we won't forget.
Boy, I'm telling you. Hey, listen, so I was kind of giving a little impromptu introduction, but I'd like to get into your early days in playing because you weren't born here in the States, were you?
I was born in Paraguay, South America.
Yeah.
That's where my father is from, and my mother's from Colombia. And a little quick bio that was I was there. My father had to leave because of the political situation, and
wow.
Mom and I joined a while later. But he originally came to the States in the late 30s, early 40s with Xavier Cugat.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
Wow.
So Mr. Bessa Memucha himself, man.
No kidding.
And, yeah, and in those days they didn't give you a work permit. They just gave you a green card if you were coming in, and he was smart enough to keep it going all those years, and thank goodness that's why we're here.
How amazing. So it was your dad that got you started on was it violin was your first instrument?
Violin was the first instrument and everything. I started at 3.5, and at 4.5.
3.5?
Yeah. 4.5, he took me to the San Francisco Conservatory, and other countries they take in kids really young. Well, here they didn't, and they wouldn't accept me. But as he tells it, on the way out, a lady said, "Hey, excuse me, sir," and she happened to speak Spanish. My father's Spanish was very broken. He said, "There's a lady I think that teaches young kids in the Oakland Symphony," and that's how I met my first serious teacher, Mary Weingart, and he lied to her, told her I was already 5.5, about to be 6, and years later, she told me that when my birthday came up, she said, "Well, he's going to be 6 now." He says,
yeah.
And I told her, "No, I'm going to be 5." And, but I already knew scales and how to play, so she took me on. And then when I was about 10, I became really serious, and her husband was the concert master and took over, and then I started playing other instruments along the way, and here we are.
At 10. Amazing, Carlos. Yeah. Amazing. That is so cool. So listen, you can stick around with this for a little bit, can you?
Oh, yeah. You
cool.
Bet. I'm all yours, man.
So I want to play, we've got several videos here that that I love to play. So we're going to play the first of 3. This one has Carlos and myself, along with, of course, the indelible and omnipresent Terry Miller on the bass, and the equally omnipresent Andy Fraga Jr. on the drums. And that tune is Putting on the Ritz. So check it out. Here you go, Carlos. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys. Nice. Beautiful, man. Putting on a Ritz.
I love that tune. That whole era, man. It's a side people don't know too much about me.
No, no doubt. You're killing it. Killing it. And
Thank you.
Hey, listen, so part of our show today is all about education. You know, we got Terry and his stuff, but you're also involved in a couple of educational programs, especially back in your home country, right?
Yeah, there's a couple of kids conservatories, Escuela de Música in Paraguay, and especially in the outskirts, you know, and so we do that, and also in Cuba.
Right.
I've got a couple of orchestras that I support and do that, and you know, music is a way out. It's a way of education. It's a way of being able to transform themselves from just going to school into that next level, you know, like sports is for some people. Music in these countries is a big, big deal. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, I try to do what I can, you know.
Yeah.
From instruments and supplies and whatever we can get. I mean, to them, just getting, like the first time I went to Cuba, we did some whole symphony charts. and they were doing them on like 3 pieces of manuscript. And I finally was wondering what is going on. And they had to recycle paper, and they were using score paper, which for people who don't know, score paper is real small staves,
Right.
and they're anywhere from 14 to 16 staves. And they had to erase it when they were going to do a new show or a new part and rewrite it by hand. I mean, stuff as simple as that.
Moly.
Yeah, and so it's just like, last time I went, I took them, 250 pounds of manuscript paper because I was so lucky to get a license of my own to go there, and it took them on stuff. So yeah, stuff like that means a lot to them.
Dude, that is so cool. That is so cool. Hey, I want to show another video. You up for it?
Go.
All right, so here's another great video. Same quartet, and we are playing the beautiful ballad Tenderly. Give it a listen. Here we go, Carlos. Carlos.
Thank you.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, it felt great, man. Great comping and everything. Old school down to the bone.
The way it should be, I think. The way it should be. Hey, listen, we were I was just thinking about a couple of things. First thing I want to touch on is I know you've got a great show on Sundays. Tell us about it.
Yeah, here in California at 4 p.m. on Facebook Live. And, it's been kind of tough for every musician. I don't care who it is from what realm, So one of the ways we've been trying to get some support is by doing a show. And it can be anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. And I got a lot of my local buddies here. Sometimes I do it by myself with the tracks. And we talk about the music, try to be, inspiring to musicians and people, answer questions. And the whole thing is, at this point in time, as you know, musicians are about spirit and about, showing emotion. And right now we've been cut off from that. And so we try to do that, bring as many friends along. And I just ask all my music buddies not to despair. Remember why we do music. We have to heal ourselves with it now, not just the outside public, but ourselves too.
That's right.
Don't forget that.
And they can get to that through your Facebook page?
Yeah, you can it's public. It's public. It's Carlos A. Reyes. And the icon is almost like a cartoon character of me playing the violin into a fire. And you just go on there, and it's there's a PayPal and Venmo account there under my name. And I invite everybody to come down and support, and we thank you.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. And it starts at 4 o'clock on Sundays?
Sundays, yeah. So long as the internet behaves well, you know how that's been lately.
Boy, I tell you.
So, yeah, 4 o'clock, California time.
Yeah. That's perfect cocktail hour on a Sunday, actually. So you guys have no... Cocktails with Carlos. So you have no excuse not to tune in. I mean, we're going to be tuned in next week. Cocktails with Carlos, right. Checking it out. In fact, I saw you had our pal Leo Vigil last week with you, right?
That's my buddy Leo, and I've been playing music since right out of high school. And Janice, my girl who plays keyboards and sings, we've been buds since junior high. So I try to keep my tribe together,
Yeah, man, you do a great job of it.
And so hopefully you're going to get Roy Rogers here down soon.
Oh, wonderful.
Got planned for one of Greg Allman's, the last backup band he had before he passed. And so I'm doing every week. I try to do something different and tell a little bit of story about that. We had a whole Cuban thing happening a couple of weeks ago. So
man, no doubt.
we need Brian Nova.
Dude, we're on our way. We are on our way, man. I'm packing now.
Yeah, packing now. Come on up.
I'm packing, man. It's hot down here. I tell everybody. He said, "How hot is it?" I said, "Man, you just go down 3 blocks, take a left, and you're at Hades. It's right there, right at the red mailbox."
I know, like 108's like cold, right?
Oh yeah, that's like a low here. Like you hope it gets to 108 tonight, so you can like stick your head outside.
Come on over. There's a pool here. It's cool.
Killing me. Well, listen, brother, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm going to close up the interview here with another great video. And remember to check out Carlos' show, Sundays, Facebook Live at 4 p.m. And, man, thank you again, brother. It was so much fun getting to make some music with you this week.
You bet. Thank you, and bless you, and keep the peace, and keep it healing with your music. Or as my friend said, keep it swinging.
There you go. Here's a great little, we're going to close out this interview with a great little tune Here we go, boys. 1, 2, 3. So dance, samba. Vai, 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 vai. So dance, samba. Vai. Samba. Vai, 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 vai. So dance samba, vai. Jealousy é triste demais.
Ma non sei mi consiglio calypso già già già. So dance on samba, so dance on samba. Vai 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 vai. So dance on samba, so dance on samba. Vai. Carlos. Yeah, Carlos. Gelosia triste demais, mas não sei, me conselho calypso cha cha cha. So dance on samba, so dance on samba. Vai 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 vai. So dance on samba, so dance on samba vai. So dance on samba vai. Dance on samba vai.
All right. So Danzo Samba. So anyway, we have with us now, my next guest is my dear, dear, dear friend, my brother from another mother, the ubiquitous Terry Miller's with us. Terry, come on, join us in here in the video. There he is. Good to see you, pal.
Good to see you too.
Man.
Thanks for having me on.
Listen, well, I'm so glad everybody gets to hear you talk because they get to hear you play every week, but we never get a chance to chat.
That's right.
So listen, I wanted to cover a couple of things because one of the things that we've been meaning to talk about on the show. Can you believe this is our 14th week?
You know, that's wonderful.
14 weeks we've been at this.
It's a hit, man.
I don't know about that, but we're gonna fake it till we make it. That's for sure. So, I'm so proud, and so is Missoni. We're both so proud to be part of Terry's Kids. And you've taken us literally all over the globe with this. And I wanted to talk more about it so that our listeners and folks can get more of an idea of what it's all about and how it got started.
This got started about, I think, 10, 11 years ago. I've been with nonprofits my whole life. A lot of different nonprofits, Generations in Jazz, Diabetes Foundation. If anybody remembers Harry Denton here in the Bay Area.
Sure.
Homeless mothers with children, so I was pretty active in that. And this one came up, and I wanted to be part of a foundation that literally had a zero overhead. I did have problems with a few of them where they're taking anywhere from 50 to 100%. So this is a true nonprofit. Nobody makes a dime. There's, of course.
Sounds like a real musician.
Exactly, right? It fits right into our lifestyle.
That's perfect. Yeah. That's what everybody tells me. What do you do for a living? I said, I'm a nonprofit.
Yeah. So we started off real small. We were giving away, lessons to kids who couldn't afford it, families that couldn't afford it. And then we went from there to clinics, which you did several. We had Shelley Berg and Lawrence Hobsgood and
Tom Scott.
Oh yeah, Tom Scott did it, everyone. And they eventually ended up on staff. But what we found was they worked well, but they were sort of one-offs. The kids, they all got a lot out of it. But we thought, I wonder if we could get some teachers in here. So we started asking around, and we found some Title I schools, and we were able to place some teachers. And oh my gosh, and especially with the little guys, the K through 5. The middle schools and high schools, they get a little bit more love, a little bit more funding. But the K through 5 is where it's so important. And we have, oh my gosh, let's see, I think we're up to 9 schools now.
Wow.
We're adding another out here in Placerville. We're hoping to add another one with your help down in the desert. So
we're behind it. We're behind it.
Yeah, I don't mean to be taking this over. I know we're just a little limited on time, but so what we also did is I took a trip down to Cuba and saw the need down there, and so I set up a trip, which you've done them all, but we went down there and we worked with these kids with Clavo del Sol and also with La Colomanita.
Here's a picture of we've got a picture here of Clavo del Sol.
Great. Actually, yeah, you could expand on that. But basically, they were needing a hand. They were needing donations and everything from instruments to clothes to funding. Just money. And so we go down there. We take these trips, which again, you've been right up front with me on every one of these, and we go from these 2 different places and take everybody along so they get to work with the kids, and we do clinics with the kids. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm learning more from these kids than they're learning from me.
I agree. I was starting to really get just so many wonderful memories of our trips to Cuba.
Oh yeah.
And especially with those young kids. I mean, folks, you won't believe it. I mean, it's 100 kids and they're all playing guitar at the same time, and it's just, it's so beautiful. I mean, I tear up every time I'm there, and I try to talk to these kids. I always lose it. It's really hard to. It's such a beautiful place. It's such a beautiful thing, and the music's so important there.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Well, I know Terry. Each year we used to go twice a year, and we would bring. I remember one year you guys brought an entire suitcase full of guitar strings.
Okay, right.
And they got confiscated, and it took us forever to get them out.
They finally got them through, but yeah, they took them.
And then we also doing up for all our fans up in Washington State. Each year we do a jazz festival. Not going to do it this year, unfortunately, but each year we do a jazz festival at Lakedale up in the San Juan Islands, where we try to raise some money for the schools up there as well.
That's
right. We've been it's been a lot of fun over the years. All the people that have joined us up there. Lawrence Hobgood's been there with us, and
yeah, Fred Radke.
Fred. Yes, Fred Radke, of course.
Yeah, he's leading that thing up. And by the way, I'd like anyone wants in the show to know that that's your baby. You made that happen. That's a Brian Nova original, man. That's all on you. So God bless you for doing that.
Well, if it fails, it's all on me too. So.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. We've got a video that you laid on us, and I want to get to it. Tell us about this video.
Okay. Well, Cuba, the trips that we've taken down there, and I think we're up to about 12, 14 of those, it's kind of a one-off. People go there, sort of a bucket list place. They don't necessarily have the interest to go back. And the requests I've had from, oh my gosh, hundreds of people that we've taken is, hey, can we add another country? So I was in Europe, and I did a little side trip down to Israel, stopped in Jerusalem, and there's a group over there called the Jerusalem Youth Choir. And what really got me about these kids is they're completely political, and they are made up of Israelis, Palestinians, Jews, Arabs, Christians, and Muslims. And the rule is you walk in and dump your religion, dump any of that stuff. You start, puffing your chest out, and boom, you're gone. And
wow, that's amazing.
So what we did is Terry's kids, we brought them over. We brought all 30 of them over. They stayed with 5 different families. They performed at my church and made a little bit of money for them. So, yeah, it's an amazing group, though, just absolutely amazing group. So when there was supposed to be a trip this September to Jerusalem to visit these kids, and of course, COVID, that came along, so that knocked that out, but next year, September, that's what we're hoping for.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, and it's already sold out. Trip's already sold out, so it should be pretty popular. But these kids, they're absolutely wonderful. And
so this video is are the kids, right?
These are the kids. That's correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's check it out. Let's roll this new video of the what do you call them, Terry? The Jerusalem Choir.
Yeah, Jerusalem Youth Choir.
Jerusalem Youth Choir. Check it out.
Okay, great. Thanks, Barry.
البيت ببرايد شلي بقينا شلي شخا كان نحن بيخا وأهلا بالحبايب شرفوا. Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down.
Wow, that was amazing.
Yeah, there's something. They are something.
Man.
Very special kids.
Woo! Brings chills.
Yeah.
So you're thinking of taking a bunch of folks there a year from this September, right?
That's correct. Yeah. A year from September. Yeah, it's the best time of year to go. Summers are very, very hot. Winters are unpredictable. And you got to kind of get in between their seasons. There's a lot of different religions, seasons over there, so you just have to watch out for that. So can I do a shameless plug?
Yes, absolutely, please.
Great. If anyone can help out, because we're really trying to help out the teachers, especially right now, especially the music teachers. Man, they're just getting knocked off left and right. So if anybody feels like making a donation, the website is tmkids.org.
It's right there.
tmkids.org. You got it.
Got it right on top of there, tmkids.org.
Beautiful. Go to the donate page, and we'll accept 6, 7 figures. That's fine.
That's good to know that there's no cap on the ceiling of that. That's important. That's very important for nonprofits.
It really is. It is. Yeah.
I can see we've got a bunch of our fellow Terry's Kids folks tuned in. Of course, Andy Fraga, Julio Reyes is there with us, and Michael Hatfield, and and of course our bosses. I want to thank our bosses, Carol and Brianna, and Masoni.
Absolutely.
They're the ones.
That's right. Absolutely right. Yep. Got to make sure they're in there.
Make the big decisions here for us. And Leslie O'Brien, of course, who's the head of the board.
Oh, Leslie O'Brien. Oh my gosh, this woman is absolutely amazing. She's been with us for over 10 years. She goes on every single Cuba trip. She does everything from web design to copy to, phone calls to delivering chicken pot pies if someone's sick. She's never accepted a dime. I mean,
that's fantastic.
She is really something. So we're very blessed to have her on our team. So.
Well, and I'm really excited to get our Lakedale Jazz Fest up in the San Juans going back again. With Carl and Marianne, they're so great up there helping us out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and Kim Miller.
That's right.
She's a big supporter, so if she's watching, hey, Kim.
Carl and Marianne are, so it's good to see them out there.
best.
Well, dude, man, thank you so much, and thank you for doing these videos, folks. I rely on Terry and Andy each and every week. You know, we do anywhere from 3 to 5 videos for our each guest, you know, that we do, and these guys have been tirelessly knocking them out, and I just can't thank you guys enough. I can't thank you enough, Terry.
No, thank you, Brian. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, listen, we're going to head up your way pretty soon, but until then, stay safe, and I'm going to be sending you some more videos here real soon.
Oh, good. Good.
All right, Terry.
And a box of cigars.
Of course, yes, yeah. This time I'll try to sell them before I smoke them.
Great.
Oh, yeah, listen, I forgot. There's one more thing we didn't get to. Did you want to talk? We should talk about the Sister Code, too. That's another program we got going with Terry's kids.
It's wonderful. Yeah, this is brand new, and this is due to the schools being closed, the virus. There are a lot of problems that are arising with teens. So this was sort of spearheaded another side project that I was doing with a wonderful songwriter named Courtney Fortune, who is, she does all of Chris Walden's, a guest that you've had on. She does a ton of his vocals, you know, for what they record down at Capitol Studios, and also Beata Walden.
Chris's wife.
That's his wife. Yeah. She's sort of the like the spiritual leader of this, and then Leslie is kind of steamrolling and putting together all the nuts and bolts on this. And what it is, it's a day-long seminar which works with teens, just girls, and it helps embolden them just to get through these trying times, and very, very needed. So we have our first two coming up. We have one September 26, one December 27, down in the Lafayette, La Marinda area, if you're familiar with the Bay Area. So we do that, and it'll be the big kickoff. So
that's going to be wonderful. Well, listen, brother, man, thank you so much.
Thanks, Brian.
I will be in touch. Give Carol and Bree a big hug from Masoni and I, and I'll be talking to you real soon.
Okay, buddy.
All right, brother. Take care.
Okay. You too.
Right on. Terry Miller, my man. So make sure you guys check out tmkids.org. And we're getting down to an end here. So I was asked, I've got some, I was just talking to my cousins in Kona the other day, and I thought I would play a little slack key tune on the way out tonight. So I went and dug out the old Martin guitar. And here's a little slack key for you. I want to thank Carlos, and Terry, and Andy for helping us put together all this great music. And of course, a big shout out, big hug, and a big kiss to Masoni. That is, we can't do it without her, and helping us with the show. And of course, little Ellington over here, who is just, well, as you can see, he can't just, hey there, pal, you're on camera. He just can't get enough of the show. He just looks at me all night long wondering, Dad, when's my part? And listen, next week, big time. We've got a wonderful guest, good pal of mine, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee. The one and only Lucas Hogue, one of the big country stars out there, is going to join us next week. We're going to make some wonderful music together and talk about some great stories and see what the music world down south in Nashville is looking like with Lucas. So anyway, folks, I hope you have a great week. I hope that whatever it is you put your minds to, you get a chance and the opportunity to get it done or to accomplish it. Remember to be kind to each other. And remember, no matter what happens, however it comes at you, remember, always keep it swinging.